Hello everybody, this is Japhet from the Art of Trading, and I'm back with another daily top 10 video, first one for this week. Today is February 15th, and I'm here to analyze our trending stocks objectively and look at the story behind the price action movements of the stocks. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. And if you're returning to our channel, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let's hit 25 likes with this video, and let's get right on to our market summary. So first up, what do I see in our market summary for today? We see a lot of foreign investors coming out with a negative 71 million coming out. Most of our sectors are half and half, but we see overall in our market, we see an overall loss of 31 points for today, or negative 0.45%. As I've mentioned, there was a negative 71 million that came out of our market. So the investors are pulling out their investments. And what do we see here in our chart? Our main chart right here. We were looking for PSE to find support right around this area at 69.60, but nope, it did not want to form our support there. So I am definitely looking for it to do a full pullback on this range at around 6900, 68 to 6900 range, and I hope it does find support there before rallying back up. So hopefully we do find support here and it builds support there, and then hopefully we do get a bounce from this support area to the upside. So up first, what do we have for our first trending stock today? We have Dito. What did Dito do today? So Dito definitely did pull back. It reached the high of around 18.12. Wow. But yeah, that was mainly due to the fact that there was 19 million worth of net foreign buying, but we did close at 17.40 or negative 30 cents per share, or negative 1%. 1.69%. So we did see it maintain this level right here. Let me just extend this area right here. There we go. So on our daily time frame, our 4H time frame, as we can see, we are able to maintain this level of support. Above this level of support. So our resistance before was at 17.3, this area right here. We did see our candle stay above that line, so we did close at 17.40. But this might not hold up for long, and we might see, because we lost negative 30 cents. So we lost 30 cents, so it really does want to test this range of support again. We shall see what happens for Dito, but I'm glad it stayed above this resistance level that we have drawn. So definitely there's an indecision right there between the buyers and the sellers. So let me just mark that as all is red. But yes, let's move on to our next one with Converge. What did we see with Converge today? Wow, that's a massive rejection. So it did. What was our story with Converge? So Converge broke above its all-time high point. Wait, why aren't you moving? So yeah, we had an all-time high point right there that it broke above, found some level of support right there. Let me just manually do that. Found some level of support right there, also pulled back on this area, and we did gap up and opened at 20 from 17. Wow, that's why it's going downwards, because we did open at 20, high at 21.20 right here. So we now have a new resistance ceiling right there, 21.20. Okay, 21.20 there, 21.21. Come on, give it to me. Yeah, there, 21.20, and we did see it break back in to our previous resistance right here. So of course, with this gap up, a lot of people are gonna take profit for this one. So we did see it close right down here, even though it reached above 21 pesos, we closed at 18.50. And if I want to gain more context, okay, sure, support right there. And then I'm seeing another support, an actual support level right here. I'm gonna take this out for a bit for now. But yeah, I'm actually seeing a support level right here. Let's go to 1 hour to see more context. So there is a gap right here that it needs to fill. So if I'm gonna look at it, it needs to build a support level on this gap. There's so many things we were looking at. Let me just clear up my chart. But yeah, there's so many areas it just did not consolidate at. So it will want to return to that area. But for now, on our 1 hour time frame, just to get more context, it does have a gap right here, and then or up to here. So it will definitely want to fill those first. And I guess the safest bet for buy on this is around 17. Let's label this, shall we? Let's label this range. Okay, so what is this range? 17.5 to around 17.8. So let's do this, okay? 17.5 to around 17.8. So let's see what happens on this range. Hopefully this range holds up as support. If not, that's a long way to go down here. But we have an immediate support level here on our 1H time frame. Let's put a 1H support at around, what's the price range here? What's this price range? 18.3 to 18.5. So hopefully it builds a level of, why can't I edit this text? There. 18.3 to around 18.5. So hopefully it builds a level of support right here. So yeah, I'm putting 1H support so that we know that's a 1H support. That's our hourly time frame support right there. So that's at 18.3. Hopefully it consolidates right around that area so that we are all happy. And then this is let's just say this as our, nope, not that, our daily support. So yes, so that it's clear for everybody. Sorry, there you go, daily support right there. And if we go to 4 hour time frame, and then if we go to 1 hour time frame, there you go, that's Converge. It definitely wants to fill the gap first and maybe re-hit our daily support, because 1 hour time frame, it's a quick one. Sometimes it doesn't hold, sometimes it holds, but we shall see what happens for this one for Converge. So up next we have PHA. What do we have for PHA? Right here, PHA. Oh no, PHA does want to touch our daily support right here. It does want to retest this level. It did pierce through finally, and of course we're going to be watching it at 2.8 levels. This level holds, so yeah, it definitely does want to touch it, and it holds. For now, let's see what happens. Hopefully this level of support is going to be holding up for the next few days. If it doesn't, maybe it's time to take our profits, or set a cut loss point below this level of support right here. So yeah, this range of support for me is around the daily time frame 2.65. Let me fix that, be more accurate. 2.65 to 2.8 level is our daily support level. It's daily support level range. So yeah, I'm on the 4H time frame, so it definitely does want to retest that. It pierced through our resistance, didn't act as support, or it didn't continue to act as support. So we are seeing a pierce. Let's watch out for this at 2.8 levels. So up next, we have TBGI. This one had a massive move on the upside today. It did have a massive move on the upside, but we have a gap to fill right here. So there is a gap right here. What is this price range? Let's see what the price range is on this gap here. 0.4792 and 0.4950. So basically 0.48 to 0.4950 is our gap. We shall see what happens on the hourly time frame. Let's see if that is filled, because we have a massive rejection on the upside. So for our time frame, we might have closed right above here. There is a potential that it could break above tomorrow, gap up, but hopefully it finds some level of support right here, because if it doesn't, this is where we're going. The gap is going to be filled, and we are going to be watching out for it right here on this area at around 48 right there. That's the end of the gap if it doesn't fill, because it could retrace this whole thing for all it wants to, but I think it could film some level of support right here, and also some level of support right here on this area. So halfway through, around halfway of this candle, we could find some level of support, but definitely we are hoping for it to build some support level right here. If it doesn't, we could maybe see a 50% retracement right here, and hopefully it builds some level of support right there. So we shall wait and see for TBGI. But if you are new to this stock, you just saw it today, wait for the pullback on a level that it will create right around this area, or this level after it fills the gap. So up to you, but patience is key on this game. Up next, we have ACEN. Sadly, ACEN, what did you do? ACEN is still accumulating on this area, but sadly it pierced through, or rather it just got rejected and broke back into this zone at around 7.6 to 7.75. So it's trying to pierce through, so it might actually want to retest this level of support right here at 7.2. So we shall see, but I'm always hoping for the positive on here. Hopefully the 7.6 level holds up, and hopefully we don't see a full breakdown of this. If not, it's gonna be a big retracement that it's gonna do. But what I'm seeing from this is just a big maybe consolidation right around this. Let me just change the color of that. Wow, right around this area. So it does want to consolidate right there on that zone. So let's see what it does. This is a big area of resistance at 7.9 or 8 pesos range right there. So it definitely wants to consolidate down there before, because if it breaks the 8, I'm telling you, if it breaks the 8 or 8.1 level, we are free to go to 10 pesos right here. There's no stopping us. So it's definitely trying to gain momentum from this area. It's definitely trying to pick up people. Hopefully more people invest on this one, so that we could finally rally back up to 10 pesos for ACEN. So up next, we have MM. For MM, what do we have? A huge candle on the upside, up 6%, 0.44, 3 million plus on net foreign. And look what happened. It respected our trend line. It did hit the trend line and then exploded on the upside. So it broke back into the support area, closed above this range. So we are happy about that. Closed at 7.5. Yep. So now it definitely wants to retest our trend line for sure. Maybe pull back definitely gonna have people, taking profits on this one before rallying back up to 8 peso levels. So this is a good move for today. And up next we have APL. APL still struggling to break above. I'm gonna remove that and extend our level of support right here. Yep. What do we see? What do we see here? Our resistance area still holds. Our resistance still holding, but this support now, resistance turns support now, immediate resistance turns support is still holding as well. So that's a good sign, but we are stuck in this range of consolidation right here for APL. So let's see what happens on this one over the next few days. And up next we have VUL. What do we have for VUL? So VUL definitely held up this trend line on our daily time frame. It finally closed above. It finally closed above this resistance level. So good for VUL. I barely touched it. It didn't even touch it yet. This level of resistance before did not even get touched yet. But this is very vertical for me. That is super vertical. So at some point, it would want to maybe potentially touch this. Hopefully it creates a level of support right here for VUL. So we shall see what it does. But hopefully it does form some level of support right around this area, and this holds until it meets the trend line. So that's the best case scenario for VUL. We shall see where it builds a level of support before getting in on this one. I would be patient on this before getting in because it's still overextended from that rally that we saw today. So if you're planning to get into this, wait for the pullback, maybe wait for this trend line to be touched again, because we did see a rally of 0.32 cents on this, or 10%, almost 10%, closing at 3.85, and then net foreign of 3 million pesos. So lastly, on our trending stock, we have our dear friend BSC, who is struggling down here as well. Still struggling down here too. So man, it's piercing. It's piercing through our level of support right here. So we have this range, right? It did get rejected on our range. So we still have our 1.1 to 1.15 still holding. It hasn't pierced through completely, but that's a good thing. And we do see it. Respect our range right here. So the immediate support is still holding up, and we do hope that at some point soon it does bounce and break this solid resistance at 1.22. That's a very solid resistance, and we are seeing a long consolidation phase right here. So it might be a while before it does break, but our daily time frame support, it's still at 1.1 and 1.05. So if it does drop on those areas, hopefully it holds. So lastly, let's go back to recap on our PSE movements. Let me save up my chart. So we did see a drop of negative 0.45%. And we did see negative 31 points on our index. There were more withdrawal of foreign investments today, so that's why we see a drop on our PSE. But that's good movement. Let it build some level of support first, so that we have a level of support for it to bounce back up from. So, because this was not a solid support yet, and this is merely a pullback from all this rally that we saw since the beginning of February. So this is a good movement for me, but we are still here. If you sorry. If you see this is definitely a lower high for the whole PSE. So hopefully it combats it with this. So it's definitely in that. It's definitely gonna be in that triangle of indecision. Where would it break down or break above? So let's see what happens. But we definitely see a lower high right here. So hopefully it does build some support on this range at 6,800 to 6,900, because if it doesn't, it might retest the 6,600 zone once more if this doesn't hold up. So we're looking at that area right there to hold up for our index. So that's it for me today. And if you did pick up something from this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. We're trying to hit 25 likes on this video. So go hit that thumbs up button if you found something useful for your trading. And as always, this is Japhet from the Arc of Trading, reminding you to stay patient, be disciplined, and strive to be consistent with your trading. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the daily top 10.